Hey guys, today we're going to be checking out another product from Wyze. This is the WiFi Compact Smart Plug. We're going to set it up on my mobile phone and look for any lag when turning on and off a device. We'll also check out the basic settings of the app, including the timer, vacation mode, and schedule. Lastly, we'll investigate the Wi-Fi range inside and out. Let's see what's in the box. We have a tiny user manual with the very basics, almost too basic. I like to see a warning in here indicating that the device only works on a 2.4 gigahertz network and not the 5 gigahertz network. And since this is a 2-pack, inside we have the 2 Wi-Fi plugs. Decent quality as you would expect from Wyze. There's a button on the side for manually turning on and off the outlet. And it's also used for setting up the outlet to add to your Wyze app. I picked up this 2-pack on Amazon for about $20 American. Since I am familiar with the Wyze products from other reviews I've done in the past, I really like the app's user interface, so I decided to grab a couple of these for indoor use around my home. Here's a handful of practical uses for these outlets. Turning on the electric kettle at a predefined time every morning. Programming a radio to operate while I'm away so the pets can have some background noise. Remotely controlling a fan in my basement to circulate the air. Starting a space heater to run in my garage on those cold winter days, or even in my greenhouse on a cool fall night. Speaking of winter, I could use it to start and stop my vehicle's block engine heater as long as the outlet is inside and not exposed to those temperatures. Scheduling grow lamps to come on and turn off at a particular time. Christmas tree lights, of course. Under the counter lights that I want to stay lit during the night. Scheduling an indoor bug zapper to turn on after dark and off in the morning. Or even scheduling a network device to be power cycled for 1 minute every night on certain days of the week. When powering appliances which have higher electrical demands, make sure not to exceed 15 amps or 1800 watts through this Wi-Fi outlet. This is the North American version and has 3 prongs to ground your outlet and the device which you wish to control. So let's get it plugged in. Now when I first plug it in, the blue light will start to flash rapidly. This means that it's already in pairing mode. I've already downloaded and installed the Wyze app on my phone. No subscription fees or extra hardware like a hub is required to use this Wi-Fi plug. I simply created an account using my email address and then verified the account with a security code. As you can see, I have multiple devices added because this one app from Wyze allows you to control all of their products, including their cameras. Let's click on the plus sign in the upper left. Now select Add Device. Choose Wyze Plug. As the instructions say, press and hold the pairing button, but it's already in pairing mode. Enter your Wi-Fi password so that it can be passed to the outlet so that the outlet can access your network. Now I need to connect my phone to the Wyze Smart Plug. The outlet has basically become an access point. When I join it, my network connectivity information and my account details will be passed to the device so it would work independently on my network. Okay, we are connecting to the network. The blue light is flashing slowly. I will give the device a new name. Okay, I'll share it later. Looks like there's a new version of the plug's firmware available, so let's get that installed right now. Fast forward. Okay. So now that we have the app set up, let's jump in and do a quick tour of some basic activities. Right from the start, I like the user interface. It's pleasing to look at, and there's no clutter. Right now the plug is obviously on. We tap the slider, and it turns back on. There is a slight little bit of lag there, but nothing too concerning. It's pretty slick. I'm happy with it so far. Let's leave my home network and jump over to the cellular network and try it again. Now this represents as if I were on vacation or if I was at work, and it still works really well. It's pretty slick, just a tiny slight delay. Let's go back to the device listing page, and you could also control the outlet here with the on and off button. Next, we're going to check out the timer control. Go back in, and when I click on it, you can see that I can set the hours and minutes to when I want the plug to turn on. Now, if the plug was already on, the option would be to turn it off. I can set it up to a maximum of 23 hours and 59 minutes, but we're just going to set it for 1 minute. Hit start, and now you can see it counting down. We'll just wait for that to play out. That's a pretty cool feature. Let's jump back over to my home network, and now we're going to check out vacation mode. This will turn on and off the outlet between the hours of 6 to 9 a.m. and 6 to 11 p.m. and the length of each interval will be about 5 to 60 minutes. This kind of simulates randomly that somebody is home and turning on and off lights, or whatever the device is hooked up to. So let me turn off the light so it doesn't blind me. Next we're going to look at the runtime. This is basically a history of when the device was active and inactive over the past 24 hours and then over the past week. It's not an energy consumption report, but let's check out and see how much electricity the device uses while it's idle. Okay, it looks like we're pulling about 1.2 to 1.3 watts when the outlet is not active. Next, we're going to jump into the gear icon in the upper right, which is the settings. Obviously, device name, that's where you can rename the outlet like we did earlier. Just below, we have the plug status light. You can disable that so that the little blue light doesn't turn on when the device is active. We have schedules and automations. Let's jump into there. This section lets you set up a schedule, trigger Wyze devices from each other, and run shortcuts from the home screen. Today we're going to be setting up a schedule. So select Create Rule and Schedule. We're going to select the device. So let's pretend that this schedule is going to be for my kitchen counter lights. So we'll say turns on and we'll give it a name. And every day I want the start time to be, let's say, 10 p.m. Hit save, add an end time. And the end time will be, let's say, 6 a.m. Okay, make it 6:30, it's closer. Hit save, and we'll go back and we have our schedule for our kitchen counter lights. Again, pretty slick, very easy to use. I'm quite impressed with the app so far. Alright, so we go back to the device setting page. We have share, so you can use that to share the control of the outlet with other users. And then we have device info. Let's have a quick look in here. We have our signal strength, and we have our internal IP address, and we have the firmware version if you want to check to see if there is a new version of the firmware out there. Since the timer and schedule information are stored on the Wi-Fi device itself and not on my phone or the cloud, if the connection to the internet is lost or to my network is lost, the plug will continue to function as normal. If there's a power failure, once the electricity is returned, the plug will continue with any timers or rules, and then it will reconnect to your Wi-Fi network. Next, we're going to look at some Wi-Fi ranges. Here I have my 2.4 gigahertz access point, and we are in the basement. There are 2 stories up and a garage. I walked around to multiple locations in my house, and my signal strength always showed 2 bars, and the lag was minimal throughout the entire house. I couldn't be more happier knowing that I could use the Wi-Fi outlet anywhere in the house or the garage without connectivity or lag issues. Let's move the access point back upstairs where I have direct line of sight to my backyard. We'll do some range testing outside. So again, this is an indoor device. It's not recommended to be used outdoors, but I'm kind of curious to see how far we can go. Let's start off right here at 50 feet or 15 meters away from my access point. I moved the Wi-Fi outlet in increments of 50 feet. So here we are at 300 feet or 91 meters, and I'm still able to control the device. And the level of lag is minimal. That's pretty impressive. I did note that the Wi-Fi signal strength remained at 2 bars for all of my range tests. I found that a little odd given my variations in distance, especially when I was inside and I had multiple walls between my access point and the Wi-Fi outlet. But in the end, all I really care about was I able to control the device? Yes. And there was little to no lag. Alright guys, so Wyze did an awesome job here in creating the app's user interface. It's so simple and clutter-free. Adding my Wi-Fi device to the app only took a couple of minutes and was pretty straightforward. This basic functionality of timers, vacation mode, and schedules were easy to configure and definitely will come in handy once I find a permanent location for this guy. The device responsiveness was perfect and retained great Wi-Fi signal throughout all of my range tests inside and out. Given the price point of $20 for 2 of these and the quality of the app and hardware, I definitely recommend adding a couple of these to your home automation. The links to where I got everything can be found in the description below. I hope that you found this information helpful. If so, please let me know with a thumbs up, and please subscribe for more home tech DIY projects that you can do yourself. Thanks for watching.